Hello, beautiful people. This is your girl, Coach Dorcas, and you are here for another episode of The Woman Behind the Brand, where I, yours truly, is the founder and visionary of this amazing platform. You're probably wondering, you know what? Something's different tonight. You're right. We do not have a guest tonight. We do not have someone to interview or anything like that. You just have me. You have me, and I just want to share some things with you as it relates to the woman behind the brand, what it represents, and why I do what I do. But for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, let me introduce myself. Again, I am Coach Dorcas Pittman. I am a certified trauma transformation coach. And as a trauma transformation coach, I help women who have been silenced by their own trauma reclaim their voice and repurpose their pain so that they can live a God inspired and purpose driven life. And how do they do that? By removing the mask and authentically showing up as who God called them to be. Now, how does that relate to the woman behind the brand? It's simple. When you are an entrepreneur and you are living in your purpose, you have to be able to tell your story. You cannot be silent. You have to have a voice. And in order to have that voice and be who God called you to be, I mean, everything He called you to be, you have to heal. You have to heal and become whole. And so, all of the women that are highlighted and that are guests on The Woman Behind the Brand, they've put in the work, the hard work, and the hard work to be who God called them to be. And this is just a platform for them to share their stories, for them to inspire others, for them to let others know that you can do it too. Because there are so many women out there who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to walk in their purpose, who want to be free, but they feel as if their past, their trauma disqualified them from their purpose. And as a good friend, Coach Stacy would say, that's a lie. So tonight we're going to talk about the woman behind the brand. Um, we're going to talk about why I started this. We're going to talk about a lot of things. There's some amazing things coming up, but I just wanted to have a moment with my viewers. I wanted to have a moment with you and just talk to you. There's so many amazing stories out there of amazing female entrepreneurs, and we'll get back to that next week. But hey, we're going to do this week. God said pivot, and I believe in obeying and obeying quickly. So let's get down to it. The woman behind the brand. You know, one of my mentors, my media coach, he was like, I've heard of the story behind the brand, but never the woman behind the brand. And someone said, well, why not the man behind the brand or the person behind the brand? Well, that's not who God called me to. God called me to the woman. Women have had such a hard time getting the respect they they deserve. We have been silenced for so many years. I mean, it was so hard for us to find our voice. I mean, think about voting rights. There's so many things, and women have had to fight for a lot. And I know that God is in a season where He's elevating the woman. He is bringing the women to the forefront. We have always been taught that we have to be strong. We have to be everything to everybody. And oftentimes we put ourselves on the back burner. We don't do the work to be who we need to be for us. But times have changed. There are so many women like myself who are saying, not just me, but me first. I'm going to do what I need to do to be who God called me to be. I am going to build my business. I am going to be a successful entrepreneur who impacts the lives of others as well as the kingdom of God. Because that's the most important thing. Because God gave us this purpose. God assigned us the things that we are doing. And He always has to get the glory. And so that is why it's the woman behind the brand, because we are resilient, we are strong, we are mighty, we are a spectacular being. And behind every man, there's a strong woman. The woman brings life into this world. So we know how to multiply. We know how to take something and make more of it. So we're taking our stories with the woman behind the brand, and we are inspiring and making sure that more women embark on their entrepreneurial journeys. We're taking this platform and inspiring others and letting them know that who cares what happened in the past? It didn't disqualify you. Instead, it qualified you for your purpose. It qualified you for that business, that idea. You were built for this. I have a saying, the purpose of the pain is in preparation for your purpose. I took all of that pain, I healed, and I didn't look at what it took from me. I look at it as what I gained from it. It conditioned me to be able to inspire and speak to so many women, to encourage them, to break their silence, to walk in their truth, to share their testimonies. And that is what it's about. That is what it is about. We have to be a testament to others. We have to be. I know what it's like to be that woman on the other side of where I am. Broken, hopeless, not wanting to live, not having anything really to live for. Don't see a future. Just existing. No life. Not living. And so to be where I am today, I get it. I know what it takes. I know how hard it is. And so as I started this journey, I was like, God, if I can help one person, I've done my job. I've done what you've called me to do. But like I said, women multiply. Women multiply. And because I chose to open my mouth and break my silence, because I chose to be obedient and become the visionary of the woman behind the brand, I've inspired so many others. And so have the women who have been a part of this amazing movement platform so far. Whether it was when we were just on Clubhouse or when since we've joined KBC and TV. But the testimonies, they are amazing. They are amazing. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So, like I said, we're all about the woman behind the brand tonight. Just me talking to you, me just allowing God to be God. He told me to show up. He said, show up with just you tonight. Show up with just you. Yeah. So I am the woman behind the brand tonight. I am the woman behind the brand. Yes, me. Yes, me. God picked me. And I'm so grateful that He did. So, what does this brand stand for? What does the woman behind the brand stand for? It stands for hope. It stands for hope. We live in a society that is consumed with death, evil, so many negative things, and so many people feel hopeless. Um, so many people, in spite of, you know, bringing awareness to so many things that has affected us mentally, a lot of people still feel silence. Um, a lot of people feel as if in this quote unquote recession, they can't go for it, but they can. And so the woman behind the brand, it represents hope. Because God said He will give us hope in a future. And without hope, you really can't see a future. I know I couldn't. And so when you see me and you see other amazing women on this platform sharing their stories of faith, family, and business, sharing their challenges and how they overcame, sharing the most difficult seasons in their life, sharing the highs and the lows, sharing the goodness of God, sharing how their obedience opened the door for more. That is hope. That is hope. And when people see or hear the name, the woman behind the brand, the first word that I want them to think about is hope. It's hope. When God gave me the title of my first business, From Darkness to Hope, I knew that I would represent hope. Now, He has elevated me in so many ways. Um, I am now the CEO of Dorcas Pittman International. I am the founder of Hope in Her Coaching as a certified life coach. I have, my community has grown, and hope stands for healing opportunities presented every day. Because every day that God gives us breath is an opportunity to heal. So I knew then that I, the woman behind my brand, is hope. I signify hope. My life, my story, it breeds hope. It breeds hope. So, for those of you who've watched the previous episodes and all of that good stuff, I've often asked my guests, how were they growing up? What was the younger them alike? Like, well, let's talk about Dorcas. And I can't believe I'm going to share this. Wow. Now I know how my guests feel. So, growing up, I was given this nickname. Wow, I'm really going to share this. My husband's he can't believe this because, yeah, I'm going to share this. Hey, being real and not pretending. Growing up, I had a nickname. and I did not like it. And I'm going to share it with you today because that nickname, it impacted a lot. I didn't know it at the time, but yeah, that nickname, I'm going to spell it for you because I Coachie. Yeah, that word. Um whew, yeah, that word. So that was my nickname growing up. All through elementary, middle, high school. There is the crazy thing about it is some people didn't even know my real name. I had family members who didn't even know my real name. But that was my nickname growing up. And that's what everybody called me. And I didn't realize how much of an impact that had on me growing up until, well, recently. And so I hated being called that. But that's what everybody called me. I hated being called Coochie. Um, and I think that was a name that it kind of hurt me because I was called a female private part, the slang for a female private part. That wasn't, so I identified as that. I identified as that. And for a long time, I thought that's what I had to offer because as a result of a lot of my trauma, I felt worthless. I felt worthless, but because that's what I was called, that was my identity. And when I got to high school, some of the guys started calling me the P word. They said I was no longer the C word. I had graduated to the P word. Yeah. So imagine being in high school and they are yelling across the cafeteria, "Hey, yeah, you laugh at you know, I just laugh it off. But did I like it? No, I didn't. But that was my name. As far back as I can remember, that was what everybody called me. But young Dorcas was not Dorcas, not the Dorcas you see today. Um, yeah, I mean, I grew up around my cousins. We had fun, you know. I can't say that my childhood was all bad because it wasn't. Then a lot of the trauma overshadow some of the good times. Heck yeah, it did. A lot of it. But growing up in the country, the rural, I cannot that word rural, yeah, um, part of Alabama, living on a dirt road. House, the home I grew up in is no longer there, but um, my family still lives on that road. It was a dirt road. I mean, we had to travel 20 miles to 30, no, 30 something miles to Walmart. Going to Walmart, going to Selma, Alabama was on a Saturday. That was the highlight. So it was a simple life. Everybody in the same county went to the same high school. All of the black kids went to the same high school. Then you had the private school where all the white kids went. So, you know, it was simple living. That's all I knew. Like I said, we had fun times. You know, I think I'm thankful for my upbringing in the country, in, the South. And the crazy thing about it is, I tell people the county I'm from because if I tell them the city, they most likely won't know it. And it's called Catherine, Alabama. We used to have a caution light, but they took that down, and so there's nothing. There's not a caution light, a traffic light, or anything. And everybody knew everybody. Um, and life was simple. Life was simple. But growing up there and leaving there, going to college, I know I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I ran. As I left home and I ran because I allowed the trauma, the darkness of my childhood to overshadow a lot of the happy memories. I have Sometimes I struggle with remembering those happy times because I was so focused on the pain that I didn't allow myself to really enjoy and those happy times that I did have as a child. So that's one thing that I know I did. Do I wish I remembered some more of the happy times? Yeah, I do. But I know that um, my trauma, it overshadowed a lot of those happy times. So that was Dorcas. As a child, I was a people pleaser. Um, I was a people pleaser. I wanted to be the teacher's pet because, like I said, I wanted to be the smart kid. I wanted to be the kid that everyone liked. I was always the first to raise her hand because I wanted to be wanted. I wanted to be needed. I wanted to be valued. I wanted to be important. Um, I just wanted that at a girl. That's what I wanted and I desired so bad. So that was Dorcas. That was me growing up. Now, I told you my nickname growing up was Coochie, but my mom never called me that. She hated that name, but my mom didn't. I didn't grow up with my mom. She always called me Kay. My mom always called me Kay. She never called me that. She did not like it at all. So when I went to college, I introduced myself as Kay. I introduced myself as Kay. I was like, Coochie is saying in Wilcox County, Kay is going to the University of Montevallo, and every new person that she meets, she will introduce herself as Kay. So that's what I did. I was Kay. Everyone knew me as Kay. Teachers called me Kay. And eventually, family started calling me Kay. And there are some people in the family that still call me the other word. I just don't answer. But I became Kay. That was my identity now. I could I could create Kay. And oftentimes when we go through trauma, you create that person. You create who you want everybody to see you as. So that was that. College. I met some of my best friends there. Um, I said I wanted to be a pediatric dentist. That didn't happen. Looking back, I only wanted to do that for the notoriety of it, to say that I arrived. I made it. I accomplished something. But creating Kay, the person I wanted everybody to see Kay as, it didn't change the fact that I was still wounded. It didn't change the fact. Actually, it added another layer of trauma that I had to deal with just by inventing or reinventing myself as Kay. Fast forward to Dorcas, the woman you see before you today. Dorcas, that person. My husband and I had a conversation, I think about a month ago. And he said, didn't Dorcas die in the Bible? And I knew where he was going. I said, yeah, babe, Dorcas died. He was like, didn't she get raised from the dead? I was like, yes, she did. He said, wow, Kate died. Coochie died. But Dorcas was resurrected. And I just took a deep breath. And I said, yes. And so for those of you who are wondering where's Dorcas in the Bible, it's in Acts 9:36. It's only a few verses. So if you read too fast, you might miss it. But Dorcas was a woman of good works. Everyone loved Dorcas. And when she died, they wept. And Peter actually rose her from the dead. But when he said that, and I pondered on it for a while, I had to die to the old in order for God to resurrect me as the new. So today, when I introduce myself, I don't introduce myself as Kay. I introduce myself as Dorcas. Because Dorcas is the person that I was born to be. Dorcas is the woman behind the brand. Not Coochie, not Kay. Even though I still have friends and family who call me Kay, that's okay. But Dorcas is the woman behind the brand. Dorcas is the person that you see. Dorcas is the coach. Dorcas is the CEO. Dorcas is the trailblazer. Dorcas is the person I never saw myself as. But yet I am here. I am here. Dorcas is resilient. Dorcas is strong. Dorcas doesn't wear a mask. Dorcas doesn't have to pretend to be someone that she thinks the world wants her to be. Dorcas has a voice. Dorcas chose to reclaim her voice, no matter who wanted to silence her. Dorcas decided that she would speak her truth because it was her truth. Dorcas chose to repurpose her pain by allowing her testimony of not dying to inspire others. Dorcas chose to have a different perspective. And by changing her viewpoint, she realized that for 33 years, God was conditioning her for now. Dorcas is the woman behind the brand. Dorcas removed the mask. Coochie was afraid to remove the mask. Kay was afraid to remove the mask. But Dorcas knew she had to remove the mask. So I did. Was it easy? No. Did it take a lot of heart work, Heart, and hard work? It did. Was it worth it? Hell yes. And to be able to show up every day, authentic authentically as Dorcas, it feels amazing. I don't have to keep up with, well, who are you pretending to be today? Well, who are you pretending to be to these people or those people? Dorcas is the best version of every person. Coochie, Kay, Dorcas is the original. So today, my life is inspired by God. My faith is supernatural. Do I have days where I don't see it? Yeah. Do I have days where I get frustrated? Yeah, I'm human. I have my challenges. But because my life is now inspired by God and not what I want people to see me as, I'm able to walk boldly in my purpose. That's Dorcas. That's the woman behind the brand. Dorcas is the mom of two amazing kids. Dorcas is a wife. Dorcas is a sister. She is a friend. She is a coach. She is an entrepreneur. She is an inspiration. She is hope. She is everything that she thought she would never be. And it feels good. It feels so good to be here. It feels so good to be here. It feels so good to be here. To be in a place I never thought I would be. To be in a place and to be here when a little over 3 years ago, I didn't have a reason to live. I didn't have a reason to live. And I wasn't intending to cry, which is why I don't have any tissue. But yeah, that is why it is so important for me to create this platform, to be obedient, to invite others to share their stories, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be on the other side. My why for everything I do is you. It is you. My why for everything I do is you. Of course, it's being obedient to God, but it's you. I do it for you. I do it because I want to know. I want you to know you can. I want you to know that out of the darkness comes hope. I do it for you. I wake up and I say, God, what can I do to help somebody else heal today? And He says, show up and tell your story. And I show up and I tell my story. And I create a platform that allows others to tell their stories. And it's humbling to be here. Dorcas is the woman behind the brand. So, just to let you in on something, someone, my business besties were supposed to interview me. And because of scheduling, it didn't work out. And so I was like, God, what are we going to do? He said, no, we're going to keep going. And you're going to show up. And you're going to talk to your people. You're going to talk to my people from your heart. Because they need to know why you do what you do. They need to know the essence of who you are. This platform was created so that people can see the essence of the woman behind the brand. And God said, they need to see the essence of you. And here I am. That is why you don't see anybody else tonight but me. Because God knew that this was the time for you to see the essence of me. The essence of my heart. The essence of my soul. The love of God's people. Yeah. So here we are. I am Dorcas, and Dorcas is me. Dorcas is the woman behind the brand. And for those of you who have asked me, am I tired of sharing my story? I'm going to give you a complete sentence. No. No. I'm not tired. In fact, I am just getting started. So prepare to be sick and tired of me. Because I have work to do. And my work does not involve pleasing you. I'm not sorry about it. Because for 33 years, my work was to please you. And I almost killed myself, literally, doing it. My work now is to please God. And how do I please God? By showing up authentically as who He called me to be while living a God-inspired and purpose-driven life. Driven by the purpose that He placed on my life. So no, I'm not tired. I won't get tired, and I won't stop. Ask me again tomorrow, and I will give you the same answer. No. Ask me again next year, and I will give you the same answer. No. So stop asking. I have work to do. And the woman behind the brand is a part of that work. That is one of my purposes. This is an assignment from God, and I shall pass with flying colors. I was conditioned for this. I put in the work, and now it's time for me to take center stage and flex. Because I tell my clients that all of the trauma, all of the pain, all of the hurt, it conditioned you for your now and your next. I give them the example of a bodybuilder, a professional bodybuilder, and how they put hours and hours in the gym building muscle. I mean, only to get up on stage and flex. The dieting, the eating out, the hours of working out, just to get center stage and flex. The 33 years of conditioning, yeah, I deserve to flex by telling my story of how God took 33 years of pain to catapult me into my purpose. I am Dorcas, and I am the woman behind the brand. So prepare to be sick of me. Not sorry. Not sorry. That is the essence of who I am. And it's just the beginning. So let's pivot. The woman behind the brand is started on Clubhouse. July 2022, it moved to KBC and TV. All God. And now we are about to have a live in-person summit. September 24th, 2022. In the historic Birmingham, Alabama. This is the inaugural summit. I have 10 amazing powerhouse entrepreneurs ready to inspire, to give hope to encourage. Oh my God. I was looking at the lineup the other day and I was like, this is all God. This is just the beginning of the woman behind the brand. And can I tell you something? You don't want to miss a single bit of it. You don't. I'm so excited to be the one God chose for this assignment. I'm so excited. We are growing, and I'm honored to serve you. I'm honored to provide a space for you to grow, to share, to love on. The woman behind the brand is a movement. It's a movement. So get ready for so much more. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Meet me here in Birmingham, September 24th, 2022, for an amazing summit. Yeah, God handpicked these women. He handpicked these women. And guess what? That night is a VIP dinner, and I will be your keynote speaker. Because there's something that God has placed on the inside of me that has to come up at the summit. This is just to let you know that this is a movement. All gas, no brakes. So get your ticket. Don't be left behind. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to those who want that. Don't listen to those who don't have vision. Don't allow them to stop you. Don't allow them to stop you. Because I want to see you. I want you to be a guest one day on the woman behind the brand. And I want you to tell your story of perseverance, of strength, of resilience, of overcoming, of growth. And I want you to inspire somebody else to go for it. So don't stop now. Don't listen now. Don't listen to the others. Don't listen to those who desire to separate you from the vision that God gave you. They don't understand it. And they probably never will. But God gave you the vision. So run with it. I'm going to be waiting for you. I will hold a spot for you so you can come on the woman behind the brand and tell your story. Because we aren't going anywhere. This is a movement and it's not stopping. Thank you for tuning in to this very special episode of The Woman Behind the Brand with yours truly, Coach Dorcas. Next week, I will be interviewing my sister, Narissa, the Kingdom Wife Champion. I'm excited for that. But until next week, be blessed. And like always, I leave you with this. Give yourself grace because you won't always get it right. The grace that God gives us when we don't get it right. This is your girl, Coach Dorcas. Until next time, beautiful people.